Hello and welcome to the Wilkes Journal-Patriot's High School Sports Rundown, presented by Cooks and produced by River Street Productions. I'm Assistant Sports Editor Brandon Moree.
And I'm Sports Editor Zach Colburn.
And last week, 5 Wilkes County basketball teams entered their respective North Carolina High School Athletic Association state playoffs, and 4 of those teams advanced past the first round. Let's take a look at each of those teams' playoff journey, starting with the East Wilkes boys. The Cardinals were slated as the 31 seed in the 1A West and traveled to number 2 seed Lincoln Charter in the first round Tuesday night. Despite having 4 players in double figures, the Cardinals couldn't keep pace with the Eagles and fell 86-60. Andrew Nance led the Cardinals with 19 points, and Sharif Ray, Kamen Bryant, and Joe Logan also had more than 10. The game was East Wilkes' first playoff game since 2009.
The North Wilkes boys were the only other boys team in Wilkes County to make the state playoffs, and they hosted games in both the first and second rounds. The Vikings were tabbed as the number 7 seed in the West and slid past West Stanley 59-54 in the first round on Tuesday night, thanks to 20 points from Jordan Wallace and a career-high 19 from Dylan Bogus. The win moved the Vikings into the second round, where they hosted 23 seed RS Central. The Hilltoppers ended North Wilkes' season with a 48-42 win on Thursday night. Wallace led all scorers with 18 points, and Bogus and Richardson added 9 each. The loss ended the Vikings' season, which included a share of the Mountain Valley Athletic Conference regular season title at 17-10, which is pretty remarkable considering they went winless a season ago. North Wilkes girls' team also hosted a pair of playoff games last week, fresh off their MVAC tournament championship at Ashe County. In the first round, the Vikings dispatched conference foe Ashe County 43-22 behind a tremendous second-half defensive effort. The Huskies led at halftime, but the Vikings held Ashe County scoreless for the final 11.5 minutes of the game. Allison Livengood led all scorers with 22 points. On Thursday night, the 5-seed Vikings squared off with 12th-seeded North Rowan and Hayes, and the game came down to the final play. Livengood had a look at a runner in the final seconds, but her attempt went long. Mackenzie Wood pulled in a rebound and was fouled as time expired, but the Vikings were not yet in the bonus, and so the game ended with the Cavaliers taking a 47-46 win. The MVAC regular season co-champions and conference tournament champions ended their season with a record of 26-3.
The Wilkes Central girls basketball team, the defending 2A state champion, also reached the second round of this year's dance before bowing out to their potential successor, number 1 seed East Davidson. In the first round, Wilkes Central, the 17 seed, traveled to East Lincoln, which was slated as the 16 seed, and upset the Mustangs with a commanding 78-56 win. Brooke Bentley scored a team-high 21 points, and Kaylee McNeil added 17 to go along with her 21 rebounds. In that first round game, the Eagles opened up the game on a 17-4 run and never looked back, but they were on the wrong end of a game-opening run in the second round. East Davidson opened up the contest with a 16-0 run, thanks in large part to 11 first-quarter points from Appalachian State commit Bailey Plummer. East Davidson continued to build on that lead throughout the night and eventually advanced with a 79-36 win. Plummer, a 6'2" center, finished the game with 18 points, 22 rebounds, 16 blocks, and 7 assists. East Davidson, which is now 28-1, beat Newton Conover in the third round and will play East Burke in the regional semifinal on Tuesday.
The East Wilkes girls team made the deepest run out of any Wilkes County program as they reached the third round before falling to defending state champion Winston-Salem Prep. The Cardinals were slated as the 23 seed in the 1A West and went on the road in the first round and upset the 10 seed Chatham Central 52-51. East Wilkes was trailing by 1 in the final minute, but 2 free throws from Alexis Perdue made the difference. The win earned the Cardinals a home game in the second round as Andrews upset Lincoln Charter in their first round game. Perdue came up big for the Cardinals again on Thursday as she scored the go-ahead basket in the final minute and a half. The Cardinals held on to win their second game in a row by just 1 point with a 40-39 win. Perdue had 10 points in the game, but Tess Jolly was the Cardinals' leading scorer with 11. Chelsea Edwards added 9. In the third round on Saturday, East Wilkes went to the second-seeded Winston-Salem Prep and had the Phoenix on the ropes in the first half. In fact, the Cardinals went into halftime with a 5-point lead, but the defending champions took over in the second half and eliminated the Cardinals with a 53-35 win. Perdue had 10 points again, and Olivia Bullard added 8 points and 11 rebounds. Winston-Salem Prep's Jada Craig led all scorers with 19. The Cardinals, whose season ended with a record of 17-10, were the highest seeded team remaining in the tournament.
Now that the winter sports season is officially over in Wilkes County, we're going to take a few weeks off from the show to get ready for the spring season. But first, I'd like to take this opportunity to announce that the show was honored by the North Carolina Press Association last week and earned a third place recognition in the Best Video category for non-daily newspapers with a circulation of more than 10,000. All told, the Journal-Patriot earned 5 awards this year from the North Carolina Press Association, including 2 from Mr. Colburn here. You can read about each of those awards at WilkesJournal-Patriot.com. As always, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at WJP_sports. And while you're at it, go ahead and like us on Facebook too. This has been the Wilkes Journal-Patriots High School Sports Rundown presented by Cooks. We'll see you in a few weeks.